Hey, I'm back, and today I'm gonna be spending absurd amounts of time, um, making an in-depth analysis on Cymanti, because, like, half of, like, the Polytopia community are like, oh my god, Cymanti's too OP, and, like, the other half is just, like, get good scrubs. And, like, I'm good enough at the game that I'm sometimes able to beat Cymanti, but, like, as you can see, as you've seen from my past beating Cymanti with every tribe series, they, like, clap me like 50% of the time, maybe even more. So I'm just gonna go in with, like, a random tribe and, you know, give kind of, like, a step-by-step, like, breakdown of how Cymanti works. But, like, when I see people, like, try to defend Cymanti's gameplay style, like, half of them usually say just use knights, or, like, someone will come up with, like, a cosmic brain defense, but, like, even then it still has, like, a bunch of flaws, cause, like, for example, like, one of these flaws were, like, oh, if they spam hexapods, just use knights. Like, they can spawn other units, especially when, like, the most common counter to hexapods is knights. Like, you're not fighting against a bot. They're not just gonna keep doing the same thing until they make a mistake that is easily exploitable. Since most of the time you're either fighting against a bot or you're fighting against a person, and if you're fighting against a person, they probably know what they're doing, because most people, unless they're, like, pay-to-win players, they don't really, like, sink money into games. Well, from my experience, I don't really sink money into games until I've gotten the hang of the game mechanics and, like, feel confident and, like, stuff like that. I don't really know how to say words, so yeah, I kind of stutter a lot. But the back to what I was saying before. Oh my god, I forgot what I was saying. So, oh yeah, I was talking about people being comfortable enough with the game to buy a tribe. So, if someone's, like, comfortable enough with the game to buy a tribe, especially one of the special tribes, which usually, like, change up the gameplay by, like, using, like, exclusive text and, like, stuff like that, then that means they probably have, like, they probably won't mess up as often as, like, a new player. Because new players and bots mess up a lot because, you know, they're not as experienced. But someone who's gotten the hang of the game mechanics is a lot less likely to mess up. Until they get complacent. Which I do way too much. You don't see it on video, but it happens all the time. And, like, let's say that skill was like represented by like a number or something. So if I don't know, maybe like so like I'm basing this off of like before Barter, Kiku, and Luxador got nerfed. So yeah, there's that. But I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh, so if you had like a Kiku man or a Barter man with like a skill level of 5, let's say that's like really good. Well, actually, let me just like remake that sentence. So let's say like skill levels of like 1 to 10, and like you had like a level 8 like Barter main or something going against like a level 8 Cymanti main. Well, actually, maybe like a level 7 Cymanti main, and could do the trick. Cause like Cymanti is like inherently better than most of the tribes, to the point where sometimes skill doesn't even matter. Like the fact that like one boosted hexapod can literally end your existence, and enough of them can kill a giant, and by enough of them I mean like 4, which literally means nothing to Cymanti, because that's like what, like 12 stars in like a singular turn to boost them. Ow. And like, as I said before about like people saying just use knights or swordsmen, like they can spawn other units. They're not like bots or new players where they might like spawn like maybe like the same unit over and over again, or like 1 or 2 units. They'll probably like switch it up if they have the text. No. Why? Okay, I believe that one day the explorers will not be scuffed. So, yeah, so they can pretty much switch up their strategy whenever they feel like it, as long as they have the text researched. So, they could be, like, mostly spamming hexapods, but as soon as you pull out a knight, they could pull in their defender unit. I don't remember what it's called. I don't remember what it's called. I've used Cymanti so little that I forgot what their shield unit is called. But like, even so, like, you can pretty much take a walled city with, like, so you can kill pretty much any of the, well, let me check the tech tree. So, like, literally any, like, 10 health unit, even if they have Fortify, you can wheel in, like a Phychi and a, Hexapod, and you can just kill them. Or maybe, like, 2 Phychis and 1 Hexapod, or maybe, like, 2 Hexapods and 1 Phychi. because archery is like a tier 2 tech, and since Cymanti actually has a lot of game, they'll probably go hunting, which means they'll have like direct access to archery and forestry, which is also really useful because they have a lot of forest in their terrain, which pretty much makes them likely to research these 3 techs, just maximizing the amount of just like maximizing the chances they have to just utterly cheat you. And since mycelium actually works really well for Cymanti, they'll probably go riding and then go roads. But like even if they don't have the intent to use mycelium, they can still just go riding and get like a 3-star unit with the attack power of a swordsman. Like, that's pretty much what they did. They pretty much had a 5 health unit with the movement speed of the movement capabilities of a rider and the strength of a swordsman. Like when you think about it, it sounds pretty absurd. And like so yeah, like at that point they'll probably have like at least like 4 techs researched. And since they have a lot of fruit in their territory as well, I don't think they have like that much fruit, but they have like quite a bit, so they'll probably go organization because they start with farming for their fungi. Which brings me to my next point. The fungi. Like, even though it like costs like 1 turn for them to like fully like upgrade and stuff, when they do, it gives you like 2 or 3 population, which is absurd. Because like that's pretty much like a free city upgrade on like the first like 2 or 3 turns. This guy on 2. And then since they researched organization, that means like if at any point their hexapods are threatened, they can pretty much just research shields and just deny your existence. Or they can make some big brain plays. As how I said before, most players who buy a tribe are probably used to the game and are dedicated enough that they'll actually buy a tribe in the first place. That's a lot of riders you got there. It'd be a shame if someone were to spawn a knight on it. Oh, I don't have enough stars for a knight. My master plan. How did this Mooney survive long enough to keep trolling these guys? Like what? What? They just don't have any defense on their... What? Okay. I once again forgot what I was gonna say. Well, I guess, like, this wouldn't be, like, as, like, prominent. I haven't seen this as much. But since, they start with a shaman, and more shamans just mean more cheese, they'll at some point start going through the climbing route and get to philosophy to get more shaman. But a lot more often, they end up going smithery because they just have so many extra stars that they can just buy swordsmen. And, like, you pretty much can't do anything about it. Like, I don't really know what an efficient counter to swordsman is. Like, the only one that I can think off, like, the top of my head right now is, like, attacking, like, each swordsman in a group with, like, an archer and then wheeling a knight in to finish out the weakened swordsman. Or, like, having a dragon do splash damage to it, to, like, a group of swordsmen, and then having a knight come in. Or just, like, fight fire with fire and just, like, pop out swordsmen of your own. But then again, you might not have swordsmen of your own because you don't have time to get enough resources to get smithery before Cymanti just comes and steals all of your economic gains. And that's another thing that I'm concerned about, is that how little time you really have to prepare, especially in 1v1s. Because, like, for exploration, riders are actually, like, really good. And combined with climbing, they do that a lot better. Because if you go onto a mountain, like near the edge of your vision, for example, like this mountain right here, if I were to go on that with a ladder, it would reveal, like, I think, like, these tiles, well, actually, like, these tiles over here. And since riders have higher movement, they can pretty much just then zoom down there without any penalty to their movement, because they now have vision on the tiles that they're about to move on to. Which means that they're more likely to go down the mining and smithery path. And pretty much any time that there's a body of water between you and Cymanti, they can pretty much just, like, research sailing, or, like, whaling, or aquatism, or navigation. They can blow up some Reichis, and then they can just walk over to you. Like, bodies of water just mean nothing to them unless you have enough ports to form a protective barrier against them. But then again, that means you need sea space in between so that you can attack without being counterattacked by their ground units that they probably have on algae. Like, literally this entire video, I've just been thinking of strategies that I could possibly use to beat Cymanti, and then how Cymanti can can render it utterly useless. And so far, none of the strategies have prevailed. So pretty much, like, and you might be saying, "Oh, Ranting Knight, but you've won against Cymanti before. Doesn't that mean that there's a strategy that works?" Well, you're correct and incorrect, because against Cymanti, there's barely any such thing as strategy. You just kind of, what I did was kind of just kind of rushed them before they were able to, like, get things, and then, like, hope that my units wouldn't die. Bruh, I actually hit the wrong spot. No. And pretty much that's, like, all of the strategies that I thought of to beat Cymanti. And all of them got, like, immediately countered. And you might be saying, "Oh, if enemies are too tanky, why not just use something like, I don't know, mathematics? Hexapods can one-hit non-boosted hexapods can one-hit catapults." So can knights. It's not even like a Cymanti specific advantage. It's just catapults are just made to be extremely fragile. Oh no, I'm still trying to think of more strategies. And also, Cymanti isn't even in this game. I was explaining all this in hopes that, like, Cymanti would actually be in this game, but, like, it's not. Well, let me go into, like, oh wow, first try, and I'm barter, and I barely have any of my own natural territory. No. I barely have any of my own terrain. And I've immediately come across Cymanti. Either way, I still might win because these aren't, like, this isn't a human player. This is a bot. Like, look at that. They've already got a level 3 city. They've already got a level 3 city. I might have gotten a bad spawn, but, like, bruh. Like, look at this. Level 3 fungi. It provides one population. It grows every turn. And then it provides population for each level. So pretty much it provides 3 population. And essentially, if like, it's very easy to lose track of fungi. So if you randomly end up moving onto a fungi, you're pretty much dead. Especially because it's, you know, close to one of their cities. And especially since I spawned so close with, like, barely any resources. Like, even without, like, riders or anything, Cymanti was able to very quickly expand. Why? Because of their extremely overpowered economy. That's why. And any units that are poisoned in general spread spores when they die. Not even the ones that step on the fungi. It's just in general. Which just makes me very angry. Sorry about the silence, I'm just focused. Look at that, they've already turned to Fighty. They already have 2. They already have 2 and it's turn 8. And there's already a hexapod. Like, the only perceivable weakness that I see with hexapod is that they pretty much make your cities vulnerable on the first turn that they've been spawned. But like, the only reason that I was able to capitalize on that was because my rider happened to be in range to attack it. Like, look at that. My guy died, and there's probably spores there now. You can't even see where the spores are. Or because you're not playing as Cymanti. But there are spores there. And also, when Cymanti places their things, if you're not Cymanti, you don't really benefit from those tiles unless you destroy the fungi, which decreases population. So they pretty much screw you over either way. And like, the only reason that I'm gaining ground right now is because it's a bot, and they keep spawning Figis on their cities. If this was an actual person, they'd know better, and, you know, not spawn Figis on certain cities. But these are bots, and, you know, bots are kind of stupid, even on crazy mode. Like, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at how quickly I got denied. And why did I get denied? Because of hexapods. And like, I'm not really trying to say that it's like impossible to beat Cymanti. I'm just saying that it's extremely difficult, especially for like the average player. Like, if you don't like big brain, if you don't like cosmic brain optimize your moves, you're pretty much done. You're pretty much dead. You've already won, and you might as well forfeit. And usually and also something that's helping me a lot is that I rushed to Free Spirit, which allowed me to clear forests. And I also had Riders, which have just enough attack to one-hit, hexapods. But hexapods also have enough attack to one-hit them. So it's extremely risky to even use Riders in the first place. I'm just optimizing my movements once again. Which pretty much makes the game extremely hard for no reason. And like, I think I was like scrolling through like Reddit or something. What? The guy had 5 health and he attacked the... What? I'm not even gonna ask. Bruh. What? Why? Even in allied territory, they still poison you. And they still spread spores when you die. So you might even accidentally give your enemy, like, a reason to go over there and siege your city. And if they have enough resources to do it, they'll probably do it. I don't even know what the AI was doing over here, but they obviously weren't doing anything. Extremely underdeveloped city. Wait. Uh-oh. I didn't realize that those were their... Oh. Which brings me to shamans. Shaman are literally the cause of this boosted hexapod stupidity. I'm not gonna promote it. I'm not gonna promote it. Cause they're just gonna convert it anyway. Alright, I won with like a buttload of cheese. Like, I had to, like, semi-cheese it in order for it to be, like, somewhat fair. And, like, a lot of other tribes, as you can see here, only really start to thrive around late game. And, like, the only way to really survive until late game is... Well, actually, I think at this point I've thought of the master strategy to beat in Cymanti. Just rush them. Just kill them before they have, like, enough power to grow. But even then, even if you spawn, like, right next to them as Venger, they can still kill you. They can still just delete you from existence. I don't know why I'm upgrading the city, but I am. And also, what are the chances that a fungi actually spawned right here? There's literally one Cymanti tile with one fungi on it. That is pretty rare, I think. I'm not actually sure. I just think it's rare. I'm assuming that it's rare. Bruh, the giant pushed him onto the fungi. Alright, I guess I found the godlike strategy to beating Cymanti. Attempt to win before they get enough of an economy to win. But even so, they have extremely good early game economy. At this point, they probably have the best early game economy in the game. Both early game and late game. Because, like, the more cities in their territory they get, the more fungi that they can get. The more enemies that they kill that have been poisoned before they die, the more fungi that they can get in cities that aren't in their territory. Which means more fungi, which means more 3 population buildings. Which means more stars. Which means more of literally everyone else dying. Alright, see you guys in the next video. I've spent 40 minutes ranting about Cymanti and how they're horribly overpowered.